serdecznie Jonas Mekas. Please sit down first. Sit down.
Please welcome Mr. Jonas Mekas.
How you make your movies so special, so magical that when you start you cannot just stop watching.
My cinema is based on reality, on life, and life is always magic. Catch on film simple daily activities and emotions, feelings is the most difficult thing to do. Life keeps going, life goes. That is the diary form. And the story is my life, my life and lives of my friends. Children are born, people die. It's a narrative, it's not abstract film, it's a narrative. The avant-garde in the United States began after the war with Kenneth Anger Meyer there in San Francisco and New York. But it was very much influenced by the avant-garde of the 20s that took place in France and Germany and some other countries. It was a continuation inspired by the avant-garde of the 20s. Break the emergence of the, what one would already call American avant-garde, began with a maybe abstract expressionism with some art movement already going into the late 55, 57, somewhere there, end of the 50s and going into the 60s, where the new film language begins to develop.
Jest takim radykalnym kinofilem, ale równocześnie stróżem tradycji amerykańskiego kina niezależnego. I wreszcie dowiadujemy się, jaka to jest fascynująca, osobliwa, niepowtarzalna i jednorodna twórczość filmowa.
People are still interested in this classical avant-garde. Actually, you are also part. Your films are part of this avant-garde, and Stan Rekic and Kenneth Anger, because
the cinema, the American avant-garde of the 50s and 60s is already classical cinema. That's already classical. One could ask the same question about poetry and painting. Is there an audience for poetry of the past centuries? How many people do read poetry of 14th, 15th, 16th century. Not many, but it is like our cultural, that's where we come from. That's our past, that's from where we came from. The number of people, how many people see it, is of no importance. The poetry will be there. François Villon will be there. Dante will be there. Petrarca will be there. No matter if nobody reads for 5 centuries, 500 years later, somebody will come back to it because it's part of our culture.
I am very happy to receive this award on your 50th birthday. I congratulate you and the city of Cracow for supporting and having this documentary film festival here for 50 years. Cinema is a big tree with many different branches, and the documentary film, the film based on real life, is a very, very big branch of that tree that we call cinema. I was thinking what I should really say tonight that would be good for cinema.
Film materials are not eternal. The film fades, falls to pieces, falls to dust. Films must be preserved, must be conditions created that allow film materials to survive longer. New originals fade, new materials must be produced. So we have no choice but to. It's not enough just to screen films. You have to, if you do not preserve the film, there will be nothing to screen in 20 years.
And here is my mini manifesto. We have made films for many years. But what happened during 120 years of cinema and what is being recorded by video and digital, etc. technologies today has to be preserved for those who will come after us. In cinema, what has been recorded, made during last 120 years, and now what is being done, recorded in video and other technologies is part of our culture, of what we are as human beings. Film has to be preserved only on film, not on video. This film, cinema cannot be preserved on video or any other technology.
There is no other way preserving cinema for the future. No other way. You cannot preserve it on video, you cannot preserve it on digital, because they're different media.
There is a special energy coming from that screen, that light, that does not exist on video. What has been made on film has to be preserved on film. What has been made on video has to be preserved on video. What has been made on 35 has to be preserved on 35. What has been made on 16 has to be preserved on 16. What has been made on 8mm has to be preserved on 8. We should not blow up video transfer to film. That's ridiculous. We should not blow up to 16 to 35. That's absurd. You should demand that the European Union, the same applies to United States, should create a lab that would produce film stocks, new film stocks, that new film prints could be produced. Labs that would develop. We have to continue cinema as cinema.
I give like 2 years from now, when practically there will be no film stock available, unless some crazy individual. If government does not do that, there will be some crazy individuals who will create labs to produce film stock. Because it has to be, otherwise the whole body of the memory of our cultural memory of last 120 years will be gone.
Cinema has to continue. We have to preserve, therefore, we have to demand that European Union would establish immediately, now, a lab to produce film stock materials that cinema could continue. And I say the same for China, the same for Japan, the same for United States. This is the end of my mini manifesto. Thank you. I love Cracow.
Dziękuję, kocham Kraków.
We'll have Jonas Mekas. Thank you very much. Proszę Państwa, myślę, że jak Państwo że się Jonasa Mekasa tak pięknie
Do you continue writing the diaries?
Taping now, not writing.